students. I'm Lalita S. Umraskar, economics teacher, BYK College of Commerce welcomes you in online lecture series organized by Gokhale Education Society's Central Coordination Committee for class 11th. Today I'm going to discuss with you chapter number 4, the economy of Maharashtra. In this chapter, I am going to discuss with you number 1, introduction, number 2, administrative divisions of Maharashtra, number 3, important features of the economy of Maharashtra, number 4, general problems of agricultural sector, and number 5, measures undertaken by the government for agricultural development. Let us see the first point, introduction point. The state of Maharashtra came into existence on 1st May 1960. So 1st May is observed as Maharashtra Day every year. So why we celebrate Maharashtra Day every year? There is a reason, and you have to know that reason. The State Reorganization Act 1956 defined boundaries for the states within India on the basis of languages. The Bombay state that was formed as a result of this act. Bombay state was composed of different areas where different languages were spoken like Marathi, Gujarati, Kutchi and Konkani. Sanyukta Maharashtra Samiti opposed this act and demanded to divide the Bombay state into two states, one state composed of areas where people primarily spoke Gujarati and Kutchi, and other state where people primarily spoke Marathi and Konkani. As a result of this Sanyukta Maharashtra movement, the state of Maharashtra and Gujarat were formed. So Bombay Reorganization Act 1960 enacted by the Parliament of India on 25th April 1960. The act came into effect on 1st May 1960. So that is why 1st May is celebrated as Maharashtra Day every year. Maharashtra Day is celebrated with parade at Shivaji Park, Dadar, Mumbai. The state governor, the state reserve police force, Mumbai police, etc. are all a part of parade. Various cultural events also take place across the Maharashtra. The day is also seen as a public holiday and all the schools, banks, government offices remain closed. Many notable personalities with academic background, police officials, sportsmen, and doctors are awarded for their notable contribution. Okay, so this is a historical background behind the celebration of Maharashtra Day every year and how we celebrate the Maharashtra Day every year. The state economy has achieved a distinguished status as a result of the collective efforts of its people. Let us see the administrative divisions of Maharashtra. As per Economic Survey of Maharashtra 2017-2018, the state has been divided into 36 districts under 6 revenue divisions, namely Mumbai, Pune, Nasik, Aurangabad, Amravati and Nagpur for administrative reasons. So there are 36 districts at this moment under 6 revenue divisions. So all administrative activities take place under 6 revenue divisions, and they are at Mumbai, Pune, Nasik, Aurangabad, Amravati and Nagpur. Let us see the important features of the economy of Maharashtra. Number 1 is Maharashtra is the second largest populated state in the country. The population of the state was 11.25 crores during 2011. So Maharashtra is the second largest populated state. Okay, so who is the first largest populated state in India? Uttar Pradesh is the first largest. Second one is the Maharashtra, and third one is the Bihar. Okay, second feature is Maharashtra is the third largest state in the country in terms of geographical area, measuring about 3.08 lakh square kilometer. So Maharashtra is the third largest state in the country in terms of geographical area. So who is the first one? First one is a Rajasthan, second one is a Madhya Pradesh, third one is a Maharashtra, and fourth one is a Uttar Pradesh. Next feature is it is the most urbanized state with 45.20% of its population living in towns and cities. So Maharashtra is the most urbanized state. Around 45.20% people in Maharashtra they are living in towns and cities. According to 2011 census, the sex ratio of Maharashtra was 929 females per 1000 males. Okay, so what is the sex ratio? Sex ratio means number of females per 1000 male. So it is 929 females per thousand male as per 2011 census. Next feature is the state literacy rate was 82.3% as per 2011 census. Next feature is according to the Economic Survey of Maharashtra for 2016-17, the state had the highest growth of GSDP, that is gross state domestic product, and state per capita income, that is SPCI, in comparison with other state. Okay, so what is a gross state domestic product? It is a gross value of all final goods and services produced within a state for one financial year. And what is the state per capita income? That is the income or average income per head in the state, that is known as the state per capita income. These both indicators are the highest in comparison with other states. Okay, next feature is the state economy is characterized by abundant natural resources. Number 2, availability of skilled manpower. Number 3, technological advancement. And number 4, developed infrastructure. Next feature is Maharashtra is the most favored destination for creativity, skill development, investment and tourism. So these are the features of the economy of Maharashtra. Let us see the economic development of Maharashtra. Under that first sector is the agricultural sector. Agricultural sector is also known as primary sector in the country. Agriculture and allied activities play an important role in the economic development of the state. Okay, as per Economic Survey of Maharashtra 2017-2018, the share of agriculture and allied activities in the total gross state value added, that is GSVA, was 12.2% during 2016 to 2017 as against 15.3% during 2001 to 2002, which shows a declining trend over the period. What do you understand by gross state value added? Gross state value added means it's a measurement of value of all final goods and services in particular sector. So it was 12.2% in 2016 to 2017, yes, as against 15.3% during 2001 to 2002, which shows what? Declining trend over the period. Let us see the general problems faced by the agricultural sector in Maharashtra. Number 1 is decrease in average size of land holding, which leads to low farm productivity. So that is the problem faced by the agricultural sector. Okay, number 2 is an increase in number of small and marginal farmers. Okay, what do you understand by small farmer? Okay, small farmer means a farmer cultivating agricultural land of more than 1 hectare up to 2 hectares. Okay, and what is marginal farmer? Marginal farmer means a farmer cultivating land up to 1 hectare. Okay, so 1 hectare is equal to 2.5 acre. Take one example. Suppose person XYZ hold 20 acres of land and he is a farmer and he is having 5 children. So after his death, each and every child get 4 acres of land. So all these things resulted into small and marginal farmers. This is known as fragmentation of land holding. Okay, so increase in number of small and marginal farmer is also the general problem in the agricultural sector. Next one is excessive use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides, which leads to soil degradation. Suppose person using more and more chemical fertilizers in agriculture production and more pesticides, so obviously naturally it affects the quality of soil and it leads to soil degradation. Next one is agricultural indebtedness. What is agricultural indebtedness? It is an inability on the part of the farmers to pay off loans borrowed for various agricultural operations due to their lower income or wasteful expenditure. So this leads to accumulation of debt as well as interest pending on the amount borrowed. So agricultural indebtedness, that is also problem faced by agricultural sector in Maharashtra. Next one is poor implementation of land reforms and adverse crop pattern. So land reforms means various laws implemented by the government, they are not properly implemented. Okay, an adverse crop pattern. Okay, so what do you understand by land reform? It involves the changing of laws, regulation or customs regarding land ownership, regarding the land ownership. So land reform refers to transfer of ownership from the more powerful to the less powerful. Okay, so implementation of land reform is a poor and adverse crop pattern. Next one is a dry land and inadequate facility. Dry land is not properly cultivated in Maharashtra. Okay, and inadequate irrigation facilities affects agricultural productivity. Irrigation sector in Maharashtra has faced multiple huge scams, which has led to lack of proper development in the irrigation sector. Next problem is lack of capital, or you can say shortage of capital. Small and marginal farmers cannot approach to banks for loans due to high transaction costs, delay in process. Therefore, they approach to money lenders for financial help, and they charge huge interest rate on loans. Therefore, exploitation of farmers takes place. So lack of capital or shortage of capital, that is also problem. Next one is a improper implementation of rural development plans. So rural development plans not properly implemented by the government. So government introduced various schemes and policies, programs, yes, for the welfare of the rural people. Okay, IRDP program is there, Swarna Jayanti Gram Swarozgar Yojana is there. So such kind of programs implemented by government to eradicate poverty and to control unemployment problem in rural areas. But these rural development plans not properly implemented by the government. Next one is a lack of marketing facilities. Next problem is lack of marketing facilities. Due to inadequate marketing facilities, farmers never get exact price for their products, and middlemen or agents earn huge profit and not farmers. Next one is impact of climatic change. There are always changes in climatic conditions. For example, heavy rainfall, shortage of rainfall, drought, flood, etc. So this natural condition affects productivity of agriculture. Next problem is heavy load shedding. In rural areas, around 18 to 20 hours, there is a problem of load shedding, that is shortage of electricity. So farmers stops their agricultural activities and naturally it affects agricultural production. Next problem is a poverty problem. Many small and marginal farmers facing the problem of poverty because they are totally dependent on agricultural sector for their livelihood. So they live below poverty line. They cannot satisfy their basic necessities of life. So poverty is also problem. Next one is lack of alternative job opportunities. Farming is a seasonal job. So only 4 to 5 months people indulge in farming activities and they remain unemployed rest of the year. So they are facing the problem of seasonal unemployment. Okay. So lack of alternative job opportunity, that is also problem faced by the agricultural sector. Next one is rising cost of cultivation. Due to liberalization, privatization and globalization, many foreign companies started their business in agricultural sector. So these companies sell high yielding variety of seeds, fertilizers, pesticides at higher cost. So it is difficult to marginal farmers to purchase these things at higher rate. Therefore, cost of cultivation rises. Next one is inadequate storage facilities. Storing of agricultural goods for longer period is also the problem faced by the agricultural sector. Okay, due to inadequate storage facilities, because agricultural goods are perishable by nature. Naturally, it affects the profit of farmers. Let us see the measures undertaken by the government for agricultural development. Yes, these measures are adopted from the Economic Survey of Maharashtra 2017-2018. First one is distribution of quality seeds at reasonable rates. Okay, government distributed quality seed at subsidized rate to small and marginal farmers. Second one is increase number of outlets for fertilizers and pesticide distribution. Okay, next one is development of irrigation facilities. Government developed different types of irrigational facilities in different parts of Maharashtra. Number 4 is electrification of agricultural pumps and efforts to provide electricity on demand. Okay, so government provided electricity on demand of the people. Next one is financial assistance as per requirement. Government provided rural credit to marginal farmers and small farmers as per their requirement through various banks. Next one is setting up of agricultural produce marketing committees. Government set up agricultural produce marketing committees, that is APMC. Okay, there are various APMCs in Maharashtra. Establishment of agro export zone. Government established agro export zone for exporting agricultural products to the different countries. Horticulture training center. Yes, what is horticulture? Horticulture is the agriculture of plants mainly for food, materials, comforts and beauty for decoration. So government introduced horticultural training centers also. Grading and packing facilities also provided by the government for effective distribution. Next one is creating awareness about agricultural information. Government created awareness about agricultural information through the use of mass media. How people get agricultural information? Through the use of social media for making agriculture a profit making business. Okay, so what I discussed today, student, I discussed the chapter number 4, the economy of Maharashtra. Under that, I discuss with you number 1, introduction point, number 2, the administrative divisions of Maharashtra, important features of the economy of Maharashtra, and what are general problems of agricultural sector. And next one is what are measures undertaken by the government for agricultural development. Finally, thank you for listening my video lecture.